thanks for tuning in. This is Optibotimus coming to another video review. And today we're going to be taking a look at the DC Direct Batman Arkham Asylum Scarecrow figure from their Series 1 Arkham Asylum figures. Picked this guy up locally, as you can see, for only $17, and I really like the way that this figure looks. Granted, his articulation, I don't actually know, but his articulation looks like it suffers, but just the look of the figure is phenomenal. Really nice clamshell packaging that very much looks like the Batman cowl with the ears up in here, but really kind of cool open face, spit around here on the back. You got other figures that are in the line. You got Batman, Joker with Scarface, Scarecrow obviously, and Harley Quinn. And you got a nice little bottle up right there, which I've read before, and I'll just put it right there. So go ahead, pause it. Pause it right now. I don't mind. You can pause it. Sure. Okay. Done. So DC Direct brings us these figures, and there's Series 1 of the entire line. There's another series that comes with the Battle Armor Batman Bane figure. I think his name is Isaac Zaz. I know it's Zaz, but I'm trying to remember his first name. I forgot the name of the other figure. Zaz, Bane, Batman. Somebody tell me in the chat room. I totally had a brain fart. And Poison Ivy. The only one that we're really kind of missing is like the Killer Croc, which I honestly don't know if we're gonna get. Talking to the guy that I actually bought these from, these are very rare figures. If you're interested in these figures, pick them up now. The entire first series is very, very limited, so they may not do anything past Series 2. But I absolutely love the way that this figure looks. Very cool, very evil looking. Scarecrow is just a fantastic character. But let's get this guy open and see how cool the actual figure really is. Okay guys, so here we have the Arkham Asylum Scarecrow figure opened up and out of its packaging. Now Jonathan Crane, as a child, was picked on a great deal, causing him to really be afraid of a lot of things. As he got older, he decided he was going to take that fear and no longer let it control him. He was going to use that fear to control others. Going on to become a very prominent psychologist and biochemist, Jonathan Crane then turned to the world of crime, utilizing those skills that he learned, and adopting the persona of Scarecrow. Easily one of Batman's most dangerous and intelligent of adversaries. Scarecrow becomes one of Joker's kind of go-to guys that he uses against Batman when Joker tries to take over the Arkham Asylum itself. A couple other times we actually see Scarecrow get the better of Batman throughout the game. And it's something that's really, really cool to see. It really goes into a really cool sequence where Batman is forced to relive some of his most traumatic experiences. An absolutely fantastic character and some of the most exciting play features in the game itself. Now in terms of the figure, the amount of detail on here, again, first and foremost, this figure I honestly thought was going to be the weakest out of the four. And while he might, I wouldn't necessarily say he's the weakest of them. Just the other ones are so great. It's really kind of hard to say that he's the worst figure because he does come across looking fantastic. The only knock against him is he's a little bit less articulated than the other figures that we've gotten. Now as for his accessories, he comes with the same standard round black figure stand with just the one peg that you can see right here. And he also comes with a little bag that he uses to spread the fear formula. Really nice. I mean, that just looks really nice. It almost looks cloth. It really does. That's just fantastic looking. I love the way that looks. And of course, you can have him hold it into his hand, which is sculpted for that purpose. So he has that, and that's really all he has in terms of accessories. But it's an absolute gorgeous looking figure. The detail on here, just exquisite. The sculpting on here, phenomenal. The paint job, really rustic, very dirty. I really like even his hand here. Really cool. These needles here inject his fear toxin into his opponents, and this one is more of a powder that he sprays in their face. Really cool looking. I mean, the face, it's just outrageously awesome how it looks. It's funny how he's kind of wearing a noose here around his neck. Really nice musculature on his torso. Soft rubber here. These little bits here are soft rubber, and then his pants are it's just a patchwork of different materials and stuff. It's just absolutely awesome how this guy, he's so creepy and evil looking. I just love the way it looks. In terms of his articulation, like I said, it kind of suffers. Not a lot, but I mean, it's a little bit lacking. His head is on this ball joint, so you can get whatever kind of range of motion you want with that. The arms move in and out just slightly. They rotate all the way around. They bend at the elbow and they rotate, at least on this arm. This one does the exact same thing, in and out, rotates. And then this little bit here rotates so that you can get some nice posability there. Bends at the elbow, rotates at the waist, back and forth at the upper part of the thigh. Oh, and I dropped his thing. But he doesn't bend at the knee, and that's where, you know, people may actually have a little bit of a problem with him. He's got a cut joint here at the upper part of the thigh, so that rotates, and his feet are on this ball joint, so they rotate and they can move up and down. So you can get some good posability with him still without really even bending his knees. I mean, he's kind of hunched over, and I mean, just look at that. Just so cool. Absolutely cool how that looks. I mean, you can get some good posability, but it's going to take some positioning, especially with his legs the way they are. And then you just have him hold this right here. And one thing that you should look for when you're getting these, and mine is actually kind of still like that because I haven't done it, these needles probably should be straight, and you can definitely do that with the actual freezer trick. What I would recommend doing is boiling some water, get some really hot water, and running these under there for just a split second so it softens it, then form it how you want, kind of put a little bit of extra pressure on it, then put it in the freezer so that it freezes real quickly and stays in that position. But this figure it really does impress me. Like I said, I thought it was going to be one of the weakest out of all of them. And while it probably is the weakest, that's only because, as I've said, the other ones are so phenomenal looking. And the only reason why this one loses some points is because he doesn't have the knee articulation that the other ones do have. But all in all, this figure is just glorious looking. Glorious! And like I said, you can get some really good poses. Still, you have to be a little bit creative with the positioning of certain things, but just absolutely gorgeous. Yet another fine example of what DC Direct is capable of doing. So as I said before, if you are a fan of this game and a fan of collecting figures, this is definitely going to be a guy that you're going to want to get. I mean, it's just absolutely cool. I want to... Just absolutely freaking cool. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Until next time, this has been Optibotimus. I'll talk to you later.